All right, let's dive into one of the most powerful, yet invisible forces that basically runs our entire world, electricity. It's what's powering the screen you're looking at right now, the lights in your room, pretty much everything. So what is actually happening when you flick a switch? Let's find out.
Now, just to set the stage, this is part 15 of a bigger 20-part series on physics from Virtualization Options LLC. We're breaking down the big ideas of the universe, and today we're zeroing in on that magical flow of charge that makes everything tick.
You know, it's a question we almost never think about, right? How can one little flick of a switch make a whole room light up in an instant? It seriously feels like magic, but I promise you, it's just some really, really cool physics. So today, we're going to pull back that curtain. Okay, so let's get right onto it. When you boil it all down, electricity is just electric charges on the move. That's it. We're talking about a river of tiny, tiny particles, electrons to be exact, flowing through stuff. And this flow has a name. We call it electric current. We usually just write it as the letter I. The absolute best way to picture it is to think of a garden hose. The amount of water gushing through that hose, that's your current. And we measure it in something called amperes, or amps for short. So if you have more amps, it just means you have way more electrons zipping past a certain point every second. But here's the thing. This current doesn't just flow all by itself. Nope. It's being controlled by two other major players in this game, one that gives it a push and another that tries to hold it back. First up, we've got voltage, or V. So if the current is the water flowing through our hose, then voltage is the pressure from the faucet pushing it all out. It's the electrical oomph that gets those electrons moving in the first place. Without voltage, you've got no flow. Simple as that. And then you've got our third player, resistance, R. This is basically anything that gets in the way and slows that flow down. Going back to our hose, this would be like a nasty kink or a really narrow part that makes it tough for the water to get through. In the world of electricity, we measure this pushback in ohms. So we have our big three: current, voltage, and resistance. But for them to actually do anything useful, like turn on a light, they need a racetrack to run on. And this path that brings them all together, well, it's called a circuit. Now, this is absolutely crucial. A circuit has to be a complete, unbroken loop. It just has to. The electrons need a round-trip ticket. They leave the power source, they go do their job in, say, a light bulb, and then they have to come all the way back home. If you break that loop anywhere, the flow just stops, instantly. And that's all a light switch is. It's just a little gate that you can open or close on this path.
Okay, but this is where it gets really elegant. These three things, voltage, current, and resistance, they aren't just doing their own thing. They are all connected by one incredibly simple, powerful rule. It's probably the most important law in all of electronics.
It's called Ohm's Law. And yeah, the name might sound a little intimidating, but the idea behind it is so straightforward, yet so powerful that it applies to pretty much everything electrical. And there it is. Voltage equals current times resistance. V equals I times R. That's it. This one little equation is the secret sauce. It perfectly explains how these three forces relate to each other in any circuit. It's beautiful, isn't it? And check this out. This shows you exactly how it works. Let's say you keep the resistance the same, but you double the voltage. You double that push. Well, what happens? You double the current. The flow gets stronger. But on the other hand, if you keep the push the same and you double the resistance, put a bigger kink in the hose, you cut the current in half. It's this perfect, predictable relationship. So why do we care so much about this one little formula? Because understanding V equals I times R isn't just some abstract physics problem. It is the fundamental principle that lets us design and control literally every single electronic gadget we use, every single day. So let's just recap real quick. You've got voltage, that's the push. You've got current, that's the flow. You've got resistance, the opposition. They all operate on a complete loop called a circuit. And the one rule that governs the whole shebang? Ohm's Law. V equals I times R. Just think about that for a second. From the simplest little light bulb to the ridiculously complex chips inside your smartphone, every piece of technology we've built is engineered around this one basic idea. That invisible force that powers our world, it's not magic. It's just elegant physics, and the whole thing runs on V equals I times R.